friends, thank you so much for tuning in today. This is Lori from Cruisin' for Treasure, and I'm going to show you today what sales I have from yesterday that are going out the door today. I have 7 total sales across all platforms. So typically my goal is 10, so 7 is almost there, not quite. So let's dig in, shall we? First, we're going to do my Facebook, one and only Facebook sale, which is Need for Speed. This is an Xbox One video game, Need for Speed Rivals Complete, and this sold for $10, plus they pay shipping. So not too bad. I got it in a lot from an auction, and I probably paid $1. The biggest one in there was the Madden, what is it, 2014, that has LeBron on the front, the NBA one. That one I forget how much I listed it for. It hasn't sold yet, but it was brand new. So I think I listed it, I don't want to say a number and sound silly, but I feel like I listed it for 40, but it might have been 30. I don't remember. Anyway, regardless, I paid a little and sold it for more. That's basically what it is. Now, I also had, I forgot to tell you guys, I did have a Facebook Marketplace pickup on, today is Thursday, it was yesterday, or Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday. It was for I forget now what exactly it was called, but it was a wooden thingy that it has the hoop for embroidery, so you can put your embroidery there, and then it kind of sits like on the table or whatever, and you can bend it and adjust it to fit you, or like to be comfortable for you. I sold that for $15. And I actually currently have a bag of the complete set of Harry Potter hardbound books sitting on my porch for someone who was supposed to pick it up today for $70. They have not showed up yet. So this is why I only do porch pickup, because I do not have time to go chasing buyers around. So if you can come to my house, then you are welcome to, and you can pick up my items and leave the money on the porch. Only one time has it not worked out for me as far as getting scammed, and that was just a punk kid who was just being stupid, and he would have done the same thing if we had met in person. So, you know, whatever. So, honestly, and leave a comment how you feel about this. I feel like Facebook Marketplace buyers are the worst for flaking on you. Literally the worst. They just ghost you. They're not even polite. Like, and it's not just 1 or 2 here and there. It's probably more than half of the people that I interact with on Facebook Marketplace just ghost. Like the woman today, she saw, like I can see in the messenger that she saw me say, you know, my address and the instructions and everything, and then she just never came. Like, that's so rude. And she even asked me to come down on my price because I had them listed at $80. So she asked me to come down to $70, which I agreed to. And then she just decides that she's not going to show up. And I already unlisted them for my eBay store. So now I got to go put them back up on eBay. And, it's just a whole thing. Anyway, okay. 2 Poshmark sales, so that's really awesome. This is a super cool find. This is a Torrid Harry Potter collab, and this sold for $38. There was so much interest on this sweater, both on Poshmark and eBay. I was just, literally every day I was sending out offers, and then finally someone took the offer on Poshmark for $38. So it's just so cute. If you didn't know, Harry Potter, well, Torrid in general is a really good brand to pick up, and especially if they do collabs. They've done an Outlander collab, they have Disney collabs, they have Harry Potter collabs. They just have all kinds of collaborations. So If you, especially new at tags, almost as long as the price is right, almost any new at tags Torrid I pick up, especially the larger ones, because they just sell. It's a good quality product, reasonably priced, and you know, buyers like that. And then especially if it's a collaboration, even if it's used, I will absolutely pick it up because it'll sell. I think I paid $8 for that sweater. So $8 into 38 is absolutely perfect in my book. This next one is a fun one. This is the kids brand of Lululemon. So it's Eviva, right? Yeah, Eviva. So this is a size 10 sweater dress. I could have actually kept this for my daughter, but I decided not to. It's very warm. So like it's a thicker knit sweater dress. Oh, there's something poking me on it. That's weird. I don't know what that is. Oh, I think it's a leftover barb from the thrift store tag. There we go. Anyway, it's a very warm dress, and it just doesn't consistently get that cold here to justify it. Anyway, so I honestly don't remember what I paid for it, but I sold it for $14 on Poshmark. I probably paid $3 for it. So it was one of those situations where I think I had a price for $24 on Poshmark, and the person just kept, I don't know. I kind of have a bad feeling about it because usually the people who are so desperate for a good deal are not good customers. And I'm saying that in all honesty, they really aren't, because they just have very high expectations, and you're almost always, no matter how good your product is, they are just going to be dissatisfied. And so they'll either they'll take stars off your review, or they'll leave a negative or whatever. So lowballers, generally speaking, I just don't want to do business with. So I'm kind of a little nervous that this buyer will be a complaining sort. Okay, so here are my eBay sales. Chico's, this is a very lightweight skirt, but it's so pretty. It's got like the brown embroidery all over it. So I used art to wear as a keyword. I used modest and church because those are great keywords, especially for skirts and dresses to use. That's what people are looking for. That sold on eBay for $15. Chico's can be a good brand to pick up. I don't generally go out of my way looking for it, but if it comes in a lot of clothes, or I can pick it up very cheaply, then I will, because it does sell. They do have a following. Okay, so let's see. This is actually something I've had in my store, in my eBay room, so long. There's dust on the top of the box. How embarrassing is that? But this sold full price for $16.50. Obviously, I have had it forever. This is Creo Transformers Autobot Jazz. There we go. Out the door. And then let's see, I had a Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Apparently this was a promo for the movie. I don't know. Anyway, I thought it would do better than it did, but it sold for $15 and it's going out the door. So I guess we just have to be happy with that. Okay, and then the last sale of the day, I'm gonna give you a little tip and some tips and tricks about this. Okay, so it's a postcard, and I put it in the bag so that the writing is obscuring some of the picture of the postcard. Sorry about that. But it's the DC Metro system. Let me see, what did my title say? Oh, Metro Bus Transit Souvenir Capital Lights. Yeah. Yeah. So it's a vintage postcard. It's pretty cool. I didn't think it would really, it's not dated anywhere. It just seemed kind of generic to me, to be honest. But I live near the DC area, so that probably jaded my view of it. Anyway, somebody sent an offer for $2, or I sent them an offer for $2, and it's sold. So if you're looking to get into selling postcards. Now, my disclaimer is I am not a professional at selling postcards. I just happened to come across a large collection of them, and so I just kind of learned as I went, and maybe some things I learned are wrong, but they have certainly served me well. So here's what I have learned. Number one, the best thing is eBay has negotiated a rate with the Postal Service to allow tracking on a first class 1 and 2 ounce envelope. Now, the requirement is you must put it in an envelope that is non-rigid. Like a cardboard envelope is not okay. It has to be one that can go through their sorting machines for the 1 and 2 ounce. So what I did is I got this from Amazon. It is technically kind of a cardboard, but it's not a rigid, it's definitely bendable. And then this combined with my postcard that I have, this one is in the little poly bag. So I just would fold that part down and then slip it in here, and that comes out to a 1 ounce rate, which is 63 cents for your buyer, and it comes with tracking. And I believe the value of the card must be less than $20. Someone can leave a comment if I'm incorrect on that, but I don't have any postcards valued over $20 anyway. So that's the number one thing. And you can still print out the labels with your thermal printer if that's what you use. That's what I use. Another thing is I don't personally stress too much about the value. Like, I do my research, I do general research, and then I just kind of get a feeling for different aspects of postcards that people might be interested in, because let's face it, there are millions of vintage postcards out there, okay? If I took the time, let's say, to be modest, let's say each lot that I pick up is 100 postcards, okay? And that's modest, that's a low number. If I spent even 10 minutes researching each individual postcard, imagine the time that would take. So as you go through and you price them and you sell them, and some might sell almost immediately for your price, then you might realize, ooh, that's a very popular topic. Maybe I should do more research. Maybe I should price it higher. For example, I had one where it was a girl, like from the 20s, I think, in one of the swimsuits of that era. And in my mind, I did price it fairly high compared to my other postcards. I think I priced it at $15 or $16, but it literally sold within minutes of me listing it. So then I knew, okay, so I can charge more for this type of thing. So look for things in your postcards that others might be interested in, that add value, that add interest to your card, and use those keywords. So if it's bathing suits, if it's people from the 20s and 30s and 40s in period dress, on the beach, put that in your keyword. If it's a specific style of car, put that in your title. If it's a specific mountain range or has anything that is unique and of interest, use that in your title, use those keywords, because that's what people will be searching by, and that's how they'll find your listing. So if you just put vintage postcard, mountain range, Colorado, that's not going to do really well. See if you can identify, and if there's nothing written on the card to indicate where in the world something is, you can try Google Lens. That has actually identified some areas for me that like the card gave no information. And so I was able to take a picture with my Google Lens, and then it shows you, oh, that's where it is. perfect. So then you put that in your title for your keywords. So you can absolutely do really, really, really well with postcards, but you have to be willing to let them sit for a little bit, and some might only sell for $2, but the amount of work put into it is minimal because it's just minimal. They're so easy. You need 2, maybe 3 pictures, and then and you find one way to store them, and then just store them, keep them organized, and it's super easy. So let me know if you have any questions in the comments. I am happy to answer any and all related to reselling, of course. Anyway, other than that, or if you disagree with anything that I have said, just please kindly let me know, and I can learn with you. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe so that my videos will show up in your feed. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.